What percentage of symptoms do you think are mental versus actual physical symptoms? Because I have a housemate, and every time he starts feeling himself getting sick a little bit, what he'll do is he'll like take a shot of whiskey, be like, all right, I'm gonna go for a run. Okay. And he is under the belief that if he feels sick, 80% of the time it's mental. And if you just put yourself in a positive, like, you become optimistic, you're like, I'm gonna get through this, I don't feel anything, and just block it out, after a day it goes away.
So, first of all, if you're not feeling well and you're taking a shot and you're going for a run, that's not good medical advice. Like, you shouldn't.
Okay.
I have to put that on the outside.
I'm sorry, okay.
The second is your mindset has a huge sort of outcome as to how well you perform in terms of healing. So if you look at those who have a positive mindset, who are optimistic, just from that, we've seen faster rates of recovery, better rates of recovery with certain conditions. So mindset absolutely plays a role. At the same time, we have to be very careful and not say that these symptoms are in your head, because the symptoms are real. The pain that you're experiencing is real. The question is it coming from a mental source, or is it a physical source that's anatomical in nature? So for example, if I have knee pain, but I only have knee pain when I'm annoyed, when I'm home and I'm not happy with my living situation, that symptom is real. That's a real symptom. But is the cause something wrong with my knee, or is it because my perception of the pain when I'm unhappy turns up the feeling of the pain, the ache that's in the knee? So it's really our perception that changes of our symptoms, but the symptoms are really there. So we want to be careful to not write those things off.
Interesting. Did you see that Joe Rogan episode that he released recently? You probably saw it, the Sam and Colby one, where they were talking about back pain. And in older people, I think Joe threw out some statistic. That was wild for me to hear, but I think it was like 50% or some crazy high number of people that experience back pain at an older age. It's actually just all in their head.
Again, it's not in their head. The cause could be coming from their mind, meaning that they have pains. First of all, as a human that has lived as long as we're living these days, you're going to have aches and pains. But now, the way that our mind works is we have at our control, unbeknownst to us, a volume for the pain. And when we're in a bad mental state, we turn the volume on our pain higher. And when we're in a good mood and things are going great, we turn that pain lower. So if you're in a really bad situation mentally and you're suffering with anxiety, depression, you're really upset about a situation in your life, you're experiencing trauma mentally, that pain's going to feel worse. The pain is real, but your perception of it is higher. And then by experiencing the pain and not exiting that constant reinforcing cycle of the pain, and you telling yourself, okay, anatomically, there's nothing wrong, I'm doing everything I need to do, just doing that can snap you out of that cycle where your negative emotions keep feeding the pain.
What do you think about David Goggins and his ability to push through the pain? And it seems like for him, it's just all mental, right? Like he could get I think his like famous thing was he was running some crazy 100-mile thing and he like fractured his shins or something. And he like kept pushing through that.
I don't think that's applicable to 99.9% of the population.
Yeah, his thing was running like 30 miles a day.
Yeah. There was some story where he was literally like fractured his legs while he was running, and he just kept going for another tens of miles.
Are there good takeaways from some of the things he does? Probably. I don't even know the exact details of what he recommends. But we have to remember that outliers in health are usually not good in both directions, meaning that never exercising is not good for your body. Always exercising and breaking your body down to the point you're breaking your shins is also not good for the body. We see this in people who overtrain for ultra marathons. They have abnormalities in their heart rhythm. Their arrhythmias start forming. So it's a balance. The human body is all based on a balance. It's all homeostasis, which is like the body trying to maintain itself in a balance. And anytime you go too far to the extreme, it's not ideal. And you know where this shows itself really cool in a really practical way financially for you guys? It's obvious why, for someone who doesn't have money, who's of low socioeconomic status, why they don't get good health care, right? They can't afford it. They don't have access to good doctors. They may not go to the ER because they're worried about costs, right? So they get worse health care. But then it might surprise you to know that people on the higher end of the spectrum who are very wealthy also get crap medical care. Is that surprising? Do you know why? Because they think they can buy health. So they go and they say, scan my body, put me in an executive health program, make sure there's nothing wrong with me. And therefore they get CAT scans that they don't need. Now they're radiating their bodies. They're taking these supplements that have heavy metal poisoning in them and aren't proven to do anything. And as a result, they're harming their health. And they go to their doctor, and their doctor is so submissive to them because they're paying them so much money that they say, doctor, I need an antibiotic when they have a virus. And the doctor should know that they don't need an antibiotic. It's a viral infection, not a bacterial one. And the doctor, because of capitalistic forces and wanting to please their patient, gives them what they want. But it's not good for their health. So the really wealthy and the really poor both get bad medical care for very different reasons.
Wow. See, I'm so nervous now because now I feel like I'm going to wonder, so if my mentality or my perspective on something amplifies the actual, like the issue at hand, it's like how much of it is in my head. And if I change my mind and I act as though everything's going to be okay, and I like put that optimistic, positive attitude on, and I could be ignoring something, but it does seemingly go away, or vice versa. It's like, you know what I mean?
But you don't have to do the dichotomy. It's not you either are positive and get no care, or are negative and get all the care. That's a false choice that you're making. You could be very positive and still seek care.
It would just be hard to be able to detect when it's, you know what I mean?
But it won't be you detecting it. Don't leave it up to yourself. Like if you're experiencing some kind of symptom that is causing you to even wonder if you should get it checked out, be positive, but then go see the doctor and tell the doctor everything that you're experiencing.